Well, Mia, listen. You have no idea how was my week. You have to understand why I named this show with this name. Listen, so in my kitchen, I have the water tank, so the water heater, right? Electric, etc. And it's plugged to the wall through a fuse, right? What up, Emery? It's 7:49 in Canada. It's plugged to the wall through a fuse, but all these years, I always found it interesting that this cable was plugged to, I don't know how you call this. I don't know how you say this in English, but it's those things when you want to connect two electrical cable. It's like a Lego, and then you just screw the wires in there. Listen, and I always ask myself, like, why is this thing not connected just with one cable? So I thought maybe I don't know, but it was always strange to me. And well, let me see if I know what's the name of it. Let me see if I'm gonna try to find. I'm gonna do a French search. Joindre câble électrique. Yeah. Almost. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Oh, is it a barrette? No, that's not the thing I'm talking about. No, that's not that. I don't know how you call this, but it looks like oh, that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's called a Domino Electric. Okay, Domino Electric. That's how you call this in French. Okay. So yeah, listen. That shit here. This here. All right. So you got my water electric thing that is going on one side. Then you had that thing, and then it was another cable going to the wall next to a fuse, right? And you know, though that house was built 20 years ago, so those are old things that people used to use. And listen, now I think they use that anyway. That was the thing that was connected to my cable, right? It's called a domino. I don't know how you say in English, but this thing, not the cable, this thing here, like a Lego. All right. So this thing was connected to my water heater, and then connected to some cable. And listen, last time I had a problem with the water heater, and I had people that had to come and fix it. They made a comment, and my landlord lives in Hong Kong, but he's the person who handles the apartments for him was like, this cable is a little old, and this connection is strange. I think we should like have a whole thing. And I was like, yeah, I do agree. Like, this is something that you guys should do because you own the place. It's, yeah, maybe. So, no problem. We thought about it. And then we didn't talk about it anymore. And then 9 years passed. I had a baby girl. She's 5. I got married. We live in the house. It's been 9 years now. And the whole time in this house, I've been, taking care of, when I get in the new house, the first thing I do, I make sure all the electric plugs are in order. Most of the time I buy new ones. I change everything, make sure that, the simple things, but that part here, I didn't know, like, I'm not electricity, like, I'm not an electrician. I'm not in those things. So I was just sometimes looking at it, but like it was not jumping on my face every time I would see it. I was not like, oh, this is dangerous. I was just like, that's a strange connection. Okay, no problem. 2 days ago, I wanted to go take a walk, do a long walk of 10 kilometers. I was like, okay, it's 5 p.m. Let me go now, and I'll be back around 7 or 8. And my wife was at home, and my daughter was at home, back from school. And for some reason, I decided to just check something on my computer. And when I sit here and I check something on the computer, I can lose like 2 hours like that, because there's always something that's gonna draw me into the computer. So I start checking all my stuff. I'm here reading my mail, etc., etc. And my wife tells me, okay, close behind you and take your keys, because I'm gonna take a long bath. My daughter is in her bedroom. My wife is inside of the bathroom. She just run a long bath, and she's in the hot tub. So me, I'm still here checking my mail, and I'm ready already. I'm already dressed, ready to go jog. And so I lose another hour, and I'm like, okay, it's time for me to go. And as I'm about to stand up, I smell a very, very strange smell, of a smell that anybody that has a lot of machines, a lot of computers know very well. A smell of, I would say, a smell of burnt plastic, but burnt electric cables. So the first thing I say to myself is, let me look down there, because I have 2 monitors, 1 screen, the Wi-Fi, the camera, the iPad plugs, computer, hard drives, Apollo machine, the charger. I have a minimum of 10 machines connected under me. So there's under here, there's a lot of electrical cables, very well organized, but there's a lot of electricity under here. So the first thing I said to myself was, oh, something is happening with one of these electrical plugs, or one of the electrical thing of any of my machines. So I go down, I start smelling everything, and nothing is smelling what I'm smelling. So I go behind. So I go there by the sofa. I go to I know there's an electrical plug there, and there's another one near the TV. So I go and I check, I smell nothing. And I'm like, damn, this is strange. So I go inside of the kitchen, and I can smell at the entrance of the kitchen, this smell of there's a plastic smell of something, and sometimes you smell it, but it was strong. So I check the kitchen, and I don't see nothing. I check everything. I check if maybe there's a cable buried under the grocery, something. Nothing. And then I'm like, oh, hey, I hope my wife, nothing happened in the bathroom. I yell my wife's name, and she's like, yeah. I said, are you fine? And she's like, yeah, what's going on? I said, listen, something is smelling strange. Please come now. And my daughter is like, what's going on? I'm like, please stay in your bedroom. Stay in your bedroom. And I give her, she has her own masks. So I give her a mask and I say, stay in your bedroom. I open a little bit the window of her bedroom, just a little bit. And I open the window of my bedroom, just in case. And I tell her, stay here, don't move. Because, and you know, they've been learning at school for any fire exercises. So she understood. I said, maybe there's fire. I don't know. Daddy don't know. Stay in your bedroom and just put your shoes and be ready. I tell my wife, please get out the bathroom quick, get dressed and be ready. I opened so I have a huge window here going to the veranda. I open it full. I go to the kitchen. I also have a big window going to the veranda as well. Open it as well. And my wife comes. We start trying to see. I go check every plug in the house. Nothing. Nothing. I don't understand. I'm like, it is smelling something. So we come back here and we like looking for something. And then we go back to the kitchen. Now the kitchen is full of smoke. Something just started burning in the house. And I'm like, yo. And we don't understand because the fire is not on the fire is not, I mean, the smoke is not everywhere. It's just on the top. So I tell my wife to put a mask. I put a mask myself. I tell her, just be ready to take the passports, a bag and something, and just be ready. And we try, and then I finally open the water heater. It's inside of a wooden whatever. Listen, it's inside of. I just open the thing, and listen. This is what I see. This is what I see. I'm still stressed talking about it. This is what I see. Wait, where is it? Okay. Oh, Sirène des Îles. Hey, welcome back, Mama. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and welcome back. We missed you. Listen, this is what I see. That's the cable I was talking to you about. And that's the domino, all burnt. That's the cable going to on the left, you can see the cable going to the heat machine. And then this is going to a fuse. And if you can see here, it's wood. And if this here burnt up to here, the whole kitchen was on fire. For some reason, for some call from heaven or from whoever is protecting me, this stopped burning here. And listen, I had me, wife, kid in the house. And the first thing I said to myself was, I looked at my wife, I said, imagine if it was 4 a.m. and this happened and we were sleeping. And then I was like, oh my, listen, I was in shock and furious at the same time. And I was like, yo, like, so you can die just like that in your own house, in the safety of your own house, just because some bad electricity work that was done 20 years ago and that nobody fixed all this time. Yo. And like, so listen, I'm in the finest neighborhood of Lisbon. The houses cost a lot of money to rent, and to buy, it's even worse. But it feels like in these houses of that time, the electric thing was a little rushed, and they used cheap yeah, they were like, let's not pay that much. So I don't know if there was a power surge, whatever happened, but that damn cable just, wait, I have another photo. That damn shit just exploded, and it stopped here. And there, you can see on the top left, you can see my water tank, and I think it stopped burning here for some reason. I don't know why. It just stopped burning here in the middle, and it didn't continue there. But listen, this is the place also where the gas arrives. So listen, this whole house could have exploded with us inside, and I wouldn't be here to talk about it. And my baby and my wife and me. Listen, even worse. Maybe I'm running. Maybe I went to run, and then listen, I'm getting anxious just talking about it. What if I went to run 2 hours before, and all this shit happens? My wife is in the bathtub, not knowing what's going on, and the whole kitchen goes on fire. How? Like, does she know in advance? Do they suffocate from the smelling? Like, listen, or we just there, all three of us sleeping, and we just burnt alive. Listen, hallelujah, we alive. That song was written for a reason, MJ. Now we know. Listen. Listen.
It's my energy.
Listen to me. That shit was crazy. I didn't get scared. Listen, my blood was super cold. You know, sometimes you don't realize how much you've been programmed to do all the steps. Like, before thinking of anything, the first thing I thought was, let's put mask on my daughter. Fake free entity. Hey, what up, brother? Long time. Thank you so much for $10 super chat. Listen, yeah, first thing I thought, masks on everybody, opening all the windows, get ready to go to the veranda, or I also opened the door, the main door, so we're not locked and whatever. All windows were open in the house. All 4 windows of the house were open. Everybody, listen, all this was my automatism, and I was like, let's check everything. And then when I saw that, listen, I could have found it burning, but for some reason, hallelujah, it was already like just fuming. So listen, I was like, yo, because now I don't know if this can burn again, but listen, the cable seemed dead, right? So now it's already night. Everything in the house is still working. So I guess maybe that part died, and I don't know. Listen, I don't know. I call, let me see your comments first. Listen. I'm telling you, brother, I'm telling you. Telling you. I'm telling you. Ça, c'est le lavage de Mbandaka. So, we sleep. I'm like, listen, I have I have a spray that's some natural thing, like for anxiety. I was like, I was like, and now I'm thinking, I'm like, yo, like, you know, of course, you like, hey, we here, it's all good. But you are also saying to yourself, what if? Okay, cool, listen. In the end, I just said to myself, listen, I was there and this didn't happen when I was not there, so I could handle everything. My girls are safe, I'm safe, but I don't know if the house is safe. I don't know. So I spent the night awake, checking. I didn't sleep. I called the guy who handles the house. I called the guy who handles the house, and I explained to him the whole story, and I'm telling him, listen, I'm calling some electrician, and I'm calling the best one. I'm not calling some. Listen, maybe we can have no. Listen, if you put me in a house like this and you didn't change those things, maybe you don't know how it works. Listen, I'm calling the best people that cost the most to come and check. So yesterday, end of the day, I have two electricians that come, and I explained to them the situation, and I show them here, and they look at the thing and they're like, yo, how are you alive? I'm like, yes. And they're like, oh my God, wow, this is crazy. I'm like, it is. And then his brother, and then I would be just like you and question everything that, listen, exactly. Listen, this is super stress, bro. Listen, you know, when I was telling you earlier, when we were talking, and I was like, yo, bro, you know what I told you? I was like, yo, let's focus on here, bro. Because you got me, bro. Now, exactly, there were weak cables from 20 years ago, need to be replaced with brand new stuff. Listen, now I'm showing the guy that part, and then his brother, I think they were brother, they looked alike. His brother said, Irma, yo, come check this out. So the guy was at the electric board of the whole house, so not in the kitchen but at the entrance, and he shows this to his brother. Look at this, the whole shit burned, all that look, this is my whole electric board, everything you see here down there, everything snapped, everything exploded. And listen, the guy's like, yo, this thing is not even like the thing we use today. This thing is from some cheap stuff, from cheap quality, from like that probably has been here for, I don't know, this is like the old stuff. Like, and I was like, word. I've been living in a time bomb all these years. Look at that. Yo. So I'm telling you, brother. So yeah, that's the cable. Look at that. That's what's left of that cable, and that old domino that nobody uses anymore. And listen, I personally, I just told them, okay, listen, can you change everything? I need my water heater to be plugged to one cable that with no, and they were like, oh, this we can fix it for now, but we will need to come and put some real cable stuff, whatever. The fuse that was supposed to prevent the surge to continue to the board didn't function. The board itself was supposed to have a surge safety, then another one, plus then the whole thing. Like normally the system must have some safe stuff, but yeah, it's some old stuff from 20 years ago. It's a little normal that it happens like this, but I think we can, we're gonna have to install you a whole new board plus the cable, etc. All this is gonna cost you 3,500 euros. Yo, I was like, how much? It was like, yeah, 3,000. I'm like, so I called the handler of the house and tell him, listen, call Hong Kong and tell the owner that it's gonna cost 3,500 and I'm gonna pay, but I'm gonna remove everything from the rent. So I pay my rent every 6 months and sometimes a whole year. This year I decided to pay monthly. So I just paid 1st of September. So 22 days ago, I paid 6,000 euros of rent. So this is done until October, November, December, Janvier, Février, Mars. Yeah. So until March, my whole contract is paid. So next year, I will only pay 2005 unless they just give me my money back. They're like, oh, please, can we come check tomorrow? Can we? I said, listen, I'm not sleeping one day here with my daughter and my wife in a place that is not safe. Unless you want me to go to the hotel nearby, which is super expensive, take a room until you guys decide what you want to do. And listen, it's gonna be 300 a night, as you wish. But me personally, I'm gonna have these guys fix everything, and then we'll discuss how either you give me my money back now, or no problem, I'll get my money. I'll get it back when it's time to pay my rent. So he's like, can you just give me the time to call a friend that is an electrician to make sure that the price is normal? Yeah, call whoever you want. I hang up, I tell the guys, let's go. Fix me this whole shit, change everything. So 5 minutes later, he called me and say, yeah, the prices are normal. It's the price. I just wanted to make sure that they were not trying to surcharge. And prices were on par. Guys were honest. So the guys, the first thing they did was they didn't fix it yet. I want them to come back and just put one cable, but they put this between the two cables now. This thing here, I think it's listen, I don't know how you call this. I'm not in those things. Mass Electronic, you know the name of that shit. And then they put me they put a fuse here. They changed this, a fuse. But you see this cable? I want them to remove all this and put me all new cables. But they will come back for that. And then they put me a whole new board. You see? All new. This is what cost me 3,000 euros, 3,500. And good thing for me I was listen, my crypto, my NFTs I've been selling, and I had 3,500 euros of NFT secondary sales that have been just there in the account waiting. So I just transfer everything from crypto.com to my crypto.com account. Took a second, and then transfer everything to my crypto.com credit card. Took another second to turn it from crypto to euros to put it in the credit card, and then I just paid them. So I didn't feel it personally in my bank, my main bank account. I didn't feel nothing. And like I told the landlord, listen, you want to send me back the money next week or tomorrow, whatever, if you want, or don't worry. Next year in March, when it's time to pay the rent, I'll just I'll just remove everything. So you have all the facturation stuff, maybe you can go see your how you call this, your insurance, if your insurance cover that. My insurance covers maybe covers those things, but it's not my problem. This is a landlord problem. If my computers had a problem, etc., but nothing has suffered here, so my insurances don't go in count. So listen, I'll just remove everything from the rent. The landlord said okay, no problem. Yesterday I finally actually slept early. Usually I stay late, fall asleep in the sofa, then wake up at 5 a.m., then go to bed. Yesterday at 11, I was with my wife and kid in bed watching Ratatouille and looking at them and feeling like, hallelujah, we alive. So next stop, I'm gonna call these guys again and ask them if whatever they installed there is enough, because they were very professional. I was like, is that cable enough, or do you feel that you can come back with a brand new cable and install that for me? And can you also come and just do a check of the whole house, everything, just to make sure that everything is fine? But they were like, no, don't worry, you're good, you're safe. And like that the new power thing that they installed, they told me that this would handle way more power than the old one, because that's new stuff that they installed, and they have like a lot of safes, like everything now has way less potential for power surge. Because I mean, I don't install new machines in the house, I've been using the same stuff in the house, but they told me don't worry, it's fine. And I woke up today, the person who handles all the apartment of my landlord, who's in Hong Kong, he came to check everything, to tell me, wow, like, you are so lucky, and listen, thank God that you're here, and etc. Don't worry about anything. If you want to be paid now, we can pay you now. If you want to remove from the rent, I was like, hey, as you wish. I don't mind. It's okay. It was not money that I needed right now, so I'm cool. Everything that I had to pay, he's paid. So yeah, for me, we can just say that I paid another 3 months in advance, and either I pay the rest in June, or we just I'll just pay 6,000 minus whatever. And yeah, we did a whole check of the house. We talked a little bit about the things. I gave him all the documents that those guys gave me, and we checked the the water heater, and he was looking at the cables and stuff, and he was telling me, yeah, we really have to change, even if this cable is, and the whole domino is now protected in somebody told me in French high school, but I forgot, but it's there's those things between. They told me that don't worry, it's fine, etc., but let's just put a new cable, because that's the only cable I see in this house. Everything else is, I guess, inside of the walls, but that's the only cable that is apparent. And yeah, listen, I want this to be either put inside of the wall or put in a different way. I don't know why that's the only cable that's outside. Maybe because this used to be, the water maybe used to be done by gas and they changed to electricity. So I don't know. I don't know the story of the whole apartment. But yeah, today was cool. We talked. It's all good. I told him that I wanted to repaint the house, and just check all the details that I want to, do a little bit of maintenance in the house. But for now, I didn't find the right people. I had a guy to do some thing that cost like 30 euros or 40 euros. He wanted 300. That was like, nigga, yo. But other than that, I have a few people that I'm gonna call to just come and paint the house, fix everything that needs to be done in the house, check the electricity and stuff, and I'll just go to the hotel for a day with the family and come back the next day to a fresh house. But yo, la vie, oh. Listen, alléluia. And then I look at my wife, I was like, that's gonna be a great Club Shada episode. That's gonna be a great story. And she was like, you. I was like, what is it?